buenas a todos, esto es Señores Mayores Frikis. Hoy vamos a echar otra partidita de Not for Broadcast, ¿vale? El juego de manipular la televisión. La otra partida, pues bueno, fue muy divertida. La verdad es que el juego me gustó mucho. Tengo ganas de volver a jugarlo, a ver qué tal se da. Hay veces que se me fue un poquito, porque son billones de cosas que tener en cuenta. Pero bueno, a ver qué tal se nos da hoy. Aparte de eso, pues muchas gracias a todos los que os habéis suscrito, a todos los que nos habéis dado like y a todos los que veis los vídeos. Si os apetece y os gusta, ya sabéis lo que os dice todo el mundo, darle like, campanita y demás. Y bueno, si queréis invitarnos a un café, tenéis el link en la descripción. Si queréis ver la partida anterior, también dejaré el link. Así que nada, sin más preámbulos, vamos a pasar a lo que es la partida y a ver qué tal se nos da esta vez, ¿vale? Espero que esta vez se nos dé un poquito mejor y no sea tan estresante, ¿vale? Pasamos del día 8 al día 15, una noche larga. Vale, día 15, una noche larga. Entras en el teatro un poco antes de la hora y Sam está allí esperando. Se ha vestido de punta en blanco, sonríes ampliamente, os dais la mano y ocupáis vuestros asientos en la zona privada. Podrías hacer esto todos los días. Las entradas llegaron por correo el lunes con un gracias escrito con letra de Chris. Al parecer, pronto recuperarás tu pasaporte. El espectáculo no es uno de los que suele gustarte. Una ópera pretenciosa en un idioma que sabes que Chris tampoco conoce. Aún así, las bebidas incluidas bajan como la seda. Hombre, está muy bien eso de que te inviten a copa gratis siempre. Cuando el espectáculo acaba por fin, ¿cuántos aplausos necesita esta gente? Os ponéis a la cola para recuperar los abrigos mientras te partes de risa con la imitación de Sam del conductor agitando los brazos. La pareja que hay justo delante habla de la reubicación de la gente que no puede pagar los nuevos impuestos. Suena horrible. Sam sonríe dándote las gracias de que Chris se encuentre bien y a salvo. Pues no hay muchas opciones, la verdad. Ahora empiezan. Vale. Cuando llegas a la casa, seguís riendo mientras Sam sube las escaleras para ducharse antes de meterse en la cama. Te das cuenta de que tu hijo de 14 años no está en su casa y hay una nota sobre la mesa de la cocina con su letra casi ilegible. Dice que está en casa de un amigo. Mañana hay colegio, así que te acercas allí y lo obligas a venir a casa. Confías en Charlie, pronto volverá a casa. Pues no sé, a ver... Tu hijo de 14 años no está... Hombre, pues si no es muy tarde, confío en Charlie. Sigo pobre como una rata. Es una noche, ya es hora de que empiece a responsabilizarse de sus propias decisiones. ¿Qué es lo peor que podría ocurrir? Pues no sé, muchas cosas. Muy bien, pasamos del día 15 al día 16, una llamada del colegio. Se ha metido en movidas. El teléfono empieza a sonar. ¿Quién llama cuando se supone que tanto tú como tu pareja estáis trabajando? Buenas tardes. Este es un mensaje para la familia Winston. Soy la señorita Smith. Llamo por vuestro hijo, Charles. La voz de la anciana continúa. Estoy segura de que hay una explicación perfectamente razonable para esto, pero hoy no ha venido al colegio y no hemos recibido aviso de que hoy no va a venir. Quisiera recordaros que cualquier ausencia debe quedar autorizada previamente o en circunstancias excepcionales, los padres deben llamar a primera hora de la mañana. Por favor, intentad que esto no vuelva a ocurrir. Gracias y hasta pronto. Alguien va a tener que darte explicaciones, hombre, claro. A ver dónde coño se ha metido. Vale. ¿Y al día siguiente no hay explicaciones? Parece que no. Día 42. Un recordatorio cordial. Ojeáis la pila de correo acumulado. Cada nueva factura es como un golpe en el estómago. Hasta que un sobre azul capta tu atención. Al reconocer el logo de Asban en él, lo abres. Estimada familia Winston. Este es el segundo aviso con respecto al plan de redención de bienes y riquezas. Por favor, enviad vuestros pasaportes a la delegación del gobierno más cercana para registraros en el plan. Joder, pues yo ando sin pasaporte. No podréis recibir vuestra parte del reembolso nacional si no aportáis estos documentos. Sabías que habría consecuencias, pero aunque lo supieras, no hace que esto sea más fácil. ¡Qué buen cabrón! Trabajamos como un equipo y recibimos una compensación como un equipo. Adelante juntos. Julia Salisbury y Peter Clement. Este es el borracho. Chris está a salvo, eso es lo único que importa. Esperemos. Este es el borracho. Son los de la rueda de prensa. Vale, día 48, una Navidad ajustada. No puedes evitar sonreír mientras miras el resto de la mesa. La nieve se asienta sobre la hierba en el exterior. Los niños están jugando con los matasuegras mientras tu anciana madre trata de mantener los ojos abiertos. Siempre te encantó la Navidad. Te sientas presidiendo la mesa, donde solía sentarse tu padre. Qué triste todo. Al otro lado, el asiento de Chris está vacío. Piensas que probablemente esté en una playa tropical. Tu mirada se cruza con la de Sam, que sonríe. Está claro que estaba pensando en lo mismo. Incluso sin Chris, este año la comida no es tan abundante como otros. pero nadie parece darse cuenta. La Navidad puede ser una época maravillosa. Miras a tu alrededor a tu familia. ¿Estás disfrutando de la Navidad, abuela? ¿Permaneces en silencio o haces un brindis? Pues pregunta a mi abuela, claro. Tu madre te dedica una gran sonrisa como solía hacer siempre. Sí, Patrick, es maravilloso. Sam la corrige con dulzura. Es Ale, Cassandra, Ale. Pat ya no está con nosotros. Ah, ya, claro, murmura. Súbitamente vuelve a ser la frágil sombra de su persona. Uf, está con demencia. Sam sonríe y te aprieta la mano bajo la mesa. Miras a tu alrededor. Vamos a hacer un brindis, algo habrá que hacer, ¿no? Te pones en pie y alzas la copa. Feliz Navidad a todos. Estoy feliz de que estemos todos aquí. Bueno, la mayoría. Todos murmuran, salud. Y las copas tintinean al entrechocar. Tu hija Susie aprovecha la oportunidad para acorralarte. A que me quieres mucho. Levantas una ceja inquisitiva. A ver qué quiere la niña. Esto no me va a gustar, ¿verdad? Bromeas. Sabes que mis amigos y yo estamos planeando un viaje este año, ¿verdad? Empieza Susie inocente. Bueno, esperaba que pudieras ayudarme con el dinero. Ay. Lo sabía, puedo leerte la mente. Dices entre risas mientras tu hija de 19 años pone ojos en blanco. Desearías poder decirle que sí sin preocuparte, pero tu madre vive ahora en casa y las cosas no son tan fáciles. ¿De cuánto estamos hablando? A ver, ¿cuánta pasta? Solo 300 o 400, murmura mientras empuja un guisante en solitario por el plato. Sé que es mucho, cariño, intercede Sam, pero los trenes son muy caros. Aún así, esta es una gran oportunidad para ella y ya le he dicho que podría ir. Vamos a ver cómo lo hacemos. A ver, pobre, es que viajar es importante. Tienes razón, nos apañaremos. Susie sonríe de oreja a oreja. ¿Lo dices en serio? Es genial. Gracias, gracias, gracias. El ambiente se vuelve mucho más festivo. Sam te coloca un sombrero de papel sobre la cabeza y Charlie empieza a contar chistes malísimos. La habitación se llena de risas y voces. Mirando la sonrisa de toda tu familia, tu madre susurra. Tu padre estaría orgulloso. Te secas los ojos con la servilleta. ¡Qué suerte tienes! Oh. Vale. Pues vamos al día 72. Un largo fin de semana. ¿Por qué se bloquea siempre la cremallera de esta maleta? Es tu aniversario. Cada año San y tú salís todo el fin de semana, casi siempre de camping. No tenéis dinero para mucho más. Estabais deseando que llegara este fin de semana para pasar tiempo juntos y solo sin el ajetreo de la rutina. Sin hijos, sin trabajo, solo un poco de romance en algún lugar apartado y en calma. La cremallera por fin cede y arrastras la pesada maleta escaleras abajo. La luz del contestador parpadea en la mesa del pasillo. Esto suena a movida. Buenas tardes, Alex. Soy el señor Bosman. Joder, del curro. Te llamo para informarte de que este fin de semana vas a tener que venir a trabajar. El corazón se le hunde. Normal. Hemos recibido información sobre las crecientes tensiones entre nuestra nación y las potencias extranjeras, y el equipo del Informativo Nacional Nocturno va a trabajar todo el fin de semana para asegurarnos de que somos los primeros en dar la noticia. No hace falta que te diga que espero verte aquí mañana por la mañana a las 8 en punto. Que pases buena tarde, Ale. La conmoción se convierte en enfado y rápidamente en furia. ¿Qué vas a decirle, Sam? Pues a ver, estamos pobres como una rata, pues habrá que ir a currar, no hay más pelotas. Tu pareja baja las escaleras radiante de emoción. Tras darte un beso, Sam recoge las llaves del coche y empieza a cargar las maletas en el maletero. Ignora el mensaje, necesitas el fin de semana. Discúlpate profusamente con tu pareja, pero deberías ir a trabajar. El mal humor de Bushman es legendario. Pues hay que ir al curro, es lo que toca. Suspiras profundamente. Vas a ir, ¿verdad? La voz detrás de ti te sorprende y te giras. Asientes. Lo entiendo, tu familia siempre ha sido tu prioridad, pero a veces el trabajo es lo primero. Deberías ir. Sam se acerca a ti y te abraza con fuerza. Notas una oleada de gratitud por todo tu cuerpo. Deshacéis las maletas en silencio y decepcionados. Normal. Vale. Y nos trasladamos... Anda, el sonido de maletas. Al día 98. Una autorización. Tu hijo Charlie mira por encima de tu hombro mientras lees. ¿Te cuesta alcanzar tus objetivos? ¿Eres un miembro activo de tu equipo? ¿Te gusta repartir los beneficios de la cooperación? Únete ya a los emprendedores de Advan. Adelante, juntos. No parece que sea el club joven del que te hablo. Claro que no, parece una secta. Charlie te quita el panfleto y te pone un formulario en la mano para que pueda ir caminando hasta allí después del cole y la hermana de Ben nos traiga a casa. Así no tendrás que hacer nada. ¿Firmas la autorización para que tu hijo sea un emprendedor de Advan o te niegas a firmar? A ver, entiendo que el crío quiera porque están todos sus amigos y... No me hace gracia, pero venga, firmemos. Tu hijo está emocionado. Es reconfortante verlo tan ilusionado con convertirse en una parte activa de la comunidad. Seguro que esto es positivo. Bueno, veremos. Vale, día 101. Entrada gratis. Unos compañeros del trabajo me las han dado. Ellos no pueden ir, explica Sam sujetando las dos entradas. Ves el nombre del espectáculo escrito en negro. Alan James tiene razón, en tu cara. No sé, ¿tú qué dices? ¿Vamos? Entradas gratis son entradas gratis. Es un personaje y seguro que por lo menos nos reímos. Yo diría que no, el tipo está pirado. Pues si no puede ir al aniversario, aunque el tío está pirado, o sea, si le va la olla que mete pánico, vamos a ir a ver qué nos encontramos. El espectáculo es entretenido, pero mucho menos divertido de lo que pensabas. Es un gran orador y hay algo en el espectáculo que te impacta, pero no sabes qué. Esa noche, cuando te tumbas en la cama y la respiración de Sam empieza a hacerse más fuerte, te das cuenta. Era el público. No se reían, sino que rugían. Madre mía. Esto está lleno de sectas. Una asociación rentable, día 110. Tras un día especialmente duro en el trabajo, vuelves a casa y encuentras el correo organizado en montones, tal y como Sam acostumbra hacer últimamente. La mayoría no es más que la basura de siempre, pero te llama la atención una carta con el logo ya reconocible de Advance en la que hay escrito con letras rojas: urgente, responda inmediatamente. Estimada familia Wilson, por la presente queremos informar de que el gobierno de Advance ha dado un nuevo paso en la lucha hacia la igualdad. Hemos nacionalizado las principales empresas privadas y redistribuido sus recursos entre los ciudadanos de este gran país. El programa Bonos de Asociación asegura que la riqueza que crea el pueblo se entrega al pueblo. ¿No recuerdas haberlo visto en el panfleto? Cada familia se convertirá en socio de una de estas tres instituciones seleccionadas cuidadosamente por Advance para su alto desempeño y seguridad financiera. Por favor, tengan en cuenta que toda su rentabilidad depende de la opinión pública y no podemos garantizarlo. Por favor, seleccione una de las siguientes. Odo, ojos del observador. Vemos la belleza de todos nuestros clientes, ya sea mediante cosméticos o costura. Ofertas Nail. Nail el pirado. Los chollos de Nail son una locura. Placer Corp. Nos dedicamos a hacerte feliz, ya sea en forma de viajes, ocio o tiempo para ti. Placer Corp. Complacerte con placer. Pues vamos a ver. Yo creo que vamos a apuntarnos a la de Nail. Solo por los anuncios que hace tan maravillosamente rollo Saúl. Gracias por formalizar su selección. Por favor, envíen este formulario utilizando el sobre proporcionado. Recibirán un informe de sus asociaciones de entre 3 y 6 meses. Parece que ni siquiera Advance puede acabar con el cenagal que es la democracia gubernamental. El futuro de esta nación está en las asociaciones. Adelante, juntos. Julia Salisbury y Peter Clement. ¿Cuánta influencia se puede tener? Madre mía. Esto empieza a pintar chungo. Vale, día 153. Día 153, la tempestad. Ya estamos aquí, delante otra vez de los controles, que es lo que quería. A ver si me acuerdo de todo. Vale. Hemos recibido una información pública. Vale, hay un vídeo que es obligatorio que ponga. Vale, me tengo que leer las etiquetas. Vale, preferiblemente en la segunda pausa. Vale, tengo que poner el anuncio en la segunda pausa. Primero hay que encender aquí. Vaya día de mierda hace. Vale.
Sorry, are you saying he chose his imaginary friend in the sky over you?
Encendemos.
You're probably just a really awful date.
10 seconds,
Es que no quiero. Vale. Nail el pirado.
Pricks. Going in 5, 4,
Wow.
3.
Wow. Comprueba tú. La alegría. No le voy a poner. No le voy a poner. No le voy a poner. A ver qué pasa. Símbolo misterioso. Vale, tengo que elegir una de estas dos. Una de las dos imágenes. Esta. Esto está un poco alto. Vale, la señal. Vale.
Trapped in Dante's taint for more than a month now, doctors Ingrid Sporsborg and Horgensborg
vale, estos son los que están enterrados. Operación sobrevivir. Se me está yendo, se me está yendo. Vale, vale, vale. Hay que estar más pendiente.
Support seems to be growing for a daring escape attempt.
Hay que estar mucho más pendiente.
Fungus experts can't fix the most advanced craft ever conceived by man,
van a hacer un vehículo.
Bearing their opinions, the formerly rich are fighting back with a naked protest.
Our very own Robin Short was on hand earlier today when this new protest group first.
Los ricos están. Joder, es que se me va. Se me va.
With Somerset Bentley said today, they've had the shirts off our backs. They might as well have the rest of it too.
Venga, hay que estar
And while it's
pendientes.
easy to laugh, perhaps we should all just be pondering how desperate the formerly rich are to regain their power.
Fallen angel?
Vale.
Notorious addict Johnny Handsleeve seems to have reached a new low in his battle with booze, as this recent picture reveals.
Johnny's star certainly lacks its former glow these days, with public concern over his mental and physical health growing at an alarming rate.
Estoy poniendo todas las malas,
He's been
pero
banned
que son
from
para
the national
graciosas.
squad earlier this year after urinating on a referee during a friendly against.
Mearse en un árbitro.
Things seem to have gone from bad to worse.
Vale.
for Handsleeves.
Is this once celebrated role model
Joder,
about to become
¿por qué no me
the
avisan
brown boy
de-
of sport?
And onwards and upwards.
Vale.
In an attempt to put the Mr. Snugglehugs disaster behind them, Remington's Fist CEO
¿Qué ha pasado con
Sophia
el
Remington
abracitos?
today announced a brand new product that already has the markets buzzing with interest.
This groundbreaking product came as quite a shock when it was revealed earlier today, though its critics are skeptical that the young CEO
se me va.
can fulfill the promises.
Madre mía,
When
qué
only
mala
a Flard
emisión.
will do, you need the Flardmaster 5000. That's the slogan accompanying the announcement that has rocked the construction industry this morning. The breakthrough device for aiding in installation is sure to change the way we see the humble Flard.
With that exclusive prime ministerial interview coming up later,
And our very own Patrick Bannon coming to you live from the first annual Sports Board final.
you won't want to miss a second of tonight's National Nightly News.
Vale. ¿Qué está pasando? Vale. Bueno, ya estamos con las onditas. Todas las onditas. Wow. Que se me va. Ahí. A ver. Bueno.
First tonight, after the Christmas horror caused by Mr. Snugglehugs, we have an exclusive interview with one of the victims.
Poor 7-year-old Timmy Tadlock, like so many of those affected by the Christmas bloodbath, has spent the
Baño de
last
sangre
3
Navidad.
months undergoing a series of reconstructive facial surgeries.
Last week, joyfully, he spoke for the first time since the tragedy. Tonight, he talks to us.
Before we go to the interview, however, this station would like to issue a full and frank apology
Es verdad que
for any
pusimos el
part we may have
anuncio.
played in the tragedy. We should never have advertised Mr. Snugglehugs. Without our publicity, the sheer scale of this tragedy, and now upwards of 8,000 casualties,
8.000
has to be
víctimas.
averted.
On behalf of the Nightly News team, we're sorry.
In future, we will do better.
Now it's over to Robin Short at the Tadlock family home. Robin?
Thank you, Megan. I'm here with Mr. and Mrs. Tadlock and their 7-year-old son, Timothy. Thanks for spending time with us today.
Yes, well, you're bloody lucky we're spending
¿Qué le ha
any time with you
pasado?
at all after what you lot did.
Madre mía, ¿qué le ha pasado, pobre niño?
I mean, whose idea was this anyway?
It's all right. Wasn't your fault. As you can see, Megan, there's still a few open wounds here. I'll tread carefully. I'm going to speak to Timmy now. Hello, Timmy. Can you see me?
Que estoy mirando al niño y se me va lo de las ondas.
It's the lady from television, Timothy. She's going to ask you a few questions.
You be careful now, it upsets him to remember.
Don't worry, Mr. Tadlock. I wasn't the youngest ever editor of the Swinstead Middle School Inquirer for no reason.
Oh, bien.
So, Timmy, can you tell us what happened to you? You had just unwrapped Mr. Snugglehugs, hadn't you? Was he under the tree?
Yes, I could smell him already. He smelled like love.
Ah, yes, that'll be the fur. It's scented with hoof.
I was so excited. I ran up to my room and gave him a big hug. He was so soft and warm.
¿Qué pasa?
Like our cat. Before he got in the way of Daddy's Porsche.
Bloody cat had a death wish.
And what did Mr. Snugglehugs say to you?
He blinked his real action eyes and said, "You're my very best friend." But I sure wish Mrs. Snugglehugs was here, and she can't be, for just $89.99. And then it's the general error. 41.
And is that when he burst into
Look
flames?
careful.
and then he exploded.
Oh, look, I've asked you nicely.
And am I right in saying that one of his real action eyes is now permanently embedded in your cheek?
Yes.
Pobre crío.
When I took him in at night, it glows through bandages. I know it's under there.
Staring at me.
Yeah, some of the other children have started calling him Timmy Three Eyes. And with his glasses, that's 5.
It's too many eyes, Robin.
And what's the last thing you remember before the darkness overtook you?
He looked at me with his one eye.
Madre mía, es que lo de las ondas me está... Pobre crío, se le clavó el ojo. Se rió mientras
Sounds
ardía.
very traumatic. Do you have nightmares?
Oh, right, that's quite enough.
Madre mía.
You two coming in here with your camera trying to make a buck out of our suffering. I won't have it.
Listen, I've got
Whoa.
more questions. Timmy, do you think you will ever
Timmy.
do what we can call
No, you've had your
normal
questions,
again?
and now look.
Madre mía.
You've made him cry with
A ver,
all 3
a ver.
of his eyes.
Calm down, you're
I will
Do you
not-
think your parents will ever
Dear.
really love you
Right,
again?
that's it. And now, come on,
Se me van las ondas. Madre, que se pegan. ¿Qué ha pasado?
Your poster, your favorite
Vale.
Timmy, are you okay? Oh.
So there you have it, Megan. Just one of the many victims of an indescribable tragedy that has shaken our nation.
Madre mía.
Thank you, Robin. Harrowing stuff.
And many questions to be answered by Sophia Remington in the coming days and months, I'd wager. How will she turn this crisis around?
Y
So,
eso es un
Jeremy,
juguete.
what are the warning signs a consumer should look out for when they're spotting a dangerous toy?
Well, Megan, experts advise to always check for the new advanced mark, which guarantee a level of safety and quality.
Yeah, can we just get a close-up on camera 3 here? So if we take a look at this National Nightly News mug, you should see the mark just on the base of it there.
In the wake of the scandal, the government
Pero, ¿y por
praised
qué
their
tiene-
swift response in bringing in a set of stringent checks on new products.
It certainly is good to know that someone's watching out for our families. When we come back, our very own Patrick Bannon will be live from the Sports Board finals. Stick around, you won't want to miss it.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back.
Vale.
I'm bursting.
Madre. No he puesto el anuncio de Advance, lo mismo eso me penaliza.
Yes, yes.
Watch your back, Jeremy. Women are coming.
I'm more worried about this water dipping into my head.
¡Qué agua! ¡Qué agua!
We're getting reports in that naked protesters might try and spoil the sports board.
Protestantes desnudos que van a intentar
Try and make sure you
interrumpir la final de Deporte
6
Ball.
p.m. for God's sake. No one wants to see fannies on the news. Bozeman out.
Nadie quiere ver las noticias. Vale, bien hecho, ha salido bien la cosa. Vale. Vamos a ver. Creo que me van a perjudicar mucho no poner el anuncio de los otros que van en segundo break. Pero me da igual, es que están un poco chunguetes.
Well, that's what it says.
Yes, I
ver.
understand that, but I always say welcome back.
Cámara 3,
Let's
a
just
ver.
keep it as it is.
Well, of course you do. I've got one hack line.
What's that supposed to mean? I didn't write it, Jeremy.
That's all right, fine. Jenny, there's
Vamos a
no
pegar un
wrong
trago
with
antes de que
what I do.
empiece.
Oh, I just felt a drip again. Have they not fixed this?
Want to see us fry? It's good for the ratings.
5,
5, 4,
3.
3, 2.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolf. Coming up later, we'll be speaking to the Prime Ministers
Vale.
about their exciting new healthcare facilities, transition centres.
Nice to see they care.
You're absolutely right, Jeremy. But first, we're going now to our own Patrick Bannon, who's reporting live from the finals of the new game that's gripping the
Juego.
nation, Sports Board. Patrick?
Deporte Ball.
That's right, Megan. You joined me live
¿De
here
qué
for
va
the
esto?
final of the first annual Sports Board Championship. It's been a hotly contested competition so far. I think it's fair to say these two have been dancing around each other all season. First up, we have Eddie Striker. She's the more experienced of our two players today. Striker has got an accuracy of 7, a danger rating of K, and a 12.
A ver, que se me va lo de las cámaras. Se me va lo de las cámaras.
Her tonight, hoping to prove himself with a career record of 12 outs, 14 finishes, and a divorce pending. It's Mr. Wingspan himself, Tommy, the Fingernail Harris. Just waiting on the ref now. The slapping ceremony is taking part.
Ponía bofetadas.
Still going on.
Aquí, a ver. Vale.
Striker, of course, first to start as she won the trivia round earlier on by some margin.
Pero ¿qué es lo que van a hacer?
Harris, perhaps the brawn and not the brain. Stupid.
¿Qué es lo que hacen? ¿Quién empieza? Vale, aquí. Esta cámara.
Nice start there from striker. She's determined not to let the nerves show. Not after last time.
¿Y ahora vuelve ella o no?
Now, Tommy.
Vale, ahora le toca a él.
Using his arm to pick up the
¿Qué
ball.
tienen que hacer? Ah, meterlo en el cubo.
Not a bad shot there from Harris. Back to striker.
Vale, vuelve ella.
All right. She's gone to sort of throwing it under her legs. Not bad if you ask me.
Pero lo ha metido, ¿no? No lo sé. Madre, qué lío de cámaras estoy haciendo. Ahora él.
But it got sorted out. Back to Harris now. A ball in the hand is worth two in the bush.
Football. Move back.
I'd say that's
Ah,
fair.
se ha adelantado, se ha adelantado, se ha adelantado.
Oh no, and Harris is not going to be happy with that.
Ah, pero si lo ha metido.
Start there for Tommy Harris in round one. We can only hope the round two treats him a bit better. But first, of course, after the argument with the ref section, it's time to change ends. Now we have the ceremonial changing of the ends.
Cambio de campo. Se me está bajando la
And
audiencia.
of course, now they go back to the starting positions, as that makes sense.
Vale, vale, es que no entiendo qué están haciendo. Striker. ¡Ay! Han salido los tíos desnudos. Me cago. Vale. Vale.
Try and ignore all of that security. I'm sure we're going to take them out as soon as possible. Apologise if we broadcast any of that. As I said, we're going to get the situation resolved as soon as possible. They're trying to carry on play, but it's proving a bit difficult.
A ella.
Because it's quite an eyesore, and women's body. Yeah. All right, great. Okay, so back into round two now, and Harry's absolutely determined to close that massive gap.
Vale. Ahora le toca a él.
Eddie Striker. No, it's just some of the tightest play I've seen ever.
Pero es que no me queda claro lo que.
And was that a fitted thumb screw? We haven't seen that since the heats. What a brilliant move.
Vale, le toca a ella.
And we know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. That is, of course, the ground sound.
Están haciendo, se han tumbado.
Excellent bit of play here on both sides of the bucket. I don't know about you at home, but I'm finding the technical mastering display here absolutely blooming jaw-dropping.
Están los dos en el suelo.
The ref has spotted something in Harris's neck or head. And Harris is having an absolute shocker. What a miserable start there.
Pero es que no entiendo nada.
But he is a late bloomer, of course. And after all,
no entiendo nada de lo que está pasando.
But now, of course, it's time for the half-time show. Sponsored by Remington Smith.
On my whistle, on my whistle.
¿Qué pasa?
Must be some music here to start the half-time show. Okay, another posh protester loose on the court here. We can only apologize.
Vale, manifestante desnudo, manifestante desnudo.
Is running around here with his genitals on display for all to see. And ruining what was shaping up to be quite the dance.
Vale, paso a ella. Vale, bien, lo estamos evitando.
And the bucket has been knocked over.
Bien, a él.
I cannot stand it when the bucket gets knocked over.
Vale.
Hopefully taken out now. Genitals flying around for all to see.
A ella.
Really, if you ask me, not Sunday morning television.
Vamos al árbitro.
Hopefully taken away, never to be seen again.
A ella.
Final poses. Ball boy cannot be in the final pose.
Pose final.
And a lovely finish there on both sides of the bucket. I wouldn't like to call that one.
Vamos a ver la finalización.
I'd love to know what's going on in these two players' heads.
Está el árbitro ahí discutiendo.
Thank you.
Not bad.
Vale.
Boys give me the eye all day. I don't know what's going on there.
Uy, está tirando.
Not a great start. She looks a bit flustered, I think, after all that swinging around.
A ver, que me centre porque estoy súper. Vale.
What I wouldn't give to be that ball.
Va a lanzar él.
Tommy Harris. And it dribbled down his arm, which is actually a really good move, because of course if it dribbles down his arm and goes on the floor, it's not going in the bucket.
Ah, que tienen que fallar. A ver, que voy a ella. Que tienen que fallar.
And yes, Harrington's counted with a tiny bell. Wonderful play. Of course, we've seen that before. Look at her face. She is absolutely gutted. What a mud. That could have been the clincher. What a massive shame.
Harris receives possession now.
Harris to serve now. Harris, of course, undefeated by Kestrel.
Que tienen que fallar. O sea,
Here we go.
no entiendo nada.
Tommy Harris. That's all right. Not bad there. He threw it quite far away from him, which is quite a good idea. Very clever there. Perhaps a little contact. Caution from the referee, who's being, if you ask me, a little bit harsh. Ellie Striker.
Vale, ella. Tira.
And she's let the nerves get to her. What the hell was that?
Ha metido en el cubo.
You cannot believe it. Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, mierda, gente desnuda.
I don't know what I can be doing about this.
A ver, vale, aquí. ¿Qué pasa?
Breasts and genitals for all to see. I mean, there's only so much you can do. They're covered everywhere, aren't they? I'll try and
El árbitro. Pues esta vez no lo estoy haciendo muy bien, No lo estoy haciendo muy bien. Vale, ella está sola. ¿Qué pasa? Vale, él. Ella. El árbitro no está. Vale, él. Árbitro. Vale, venga. Ronda final. Vale.
Nice imaginary shot there from Harris. It really could go in at this point. Really high level play.
Ha ido fuera, o sea que eso es bueno. Vale, va a lanzar ella.
The bucket getting moved back to its proper place. About time, if you ask me.
Vale. Va a lanzar.
She's juggling it around from her hands. And she's put it in her mouth like as if it was an egg. And now she's spat it out. She did the egg spit. So a wonderful move there, quite late on. Illegal spit. From Striker. But she's in it.
A ver.
On it like a car bonnet.
Striker, lanza Striker. Vamos a ver si lo mete en el cubo.
And he's peeling it as if it were a banana, which is an interesting move. Not sure if he hasn't had his potassium or what's going on today with Harris.
Vamos.
And he's trying to. And the banana was the ball. Fantastic move there from Harris. Unfortunately.
A ver, la ella ganadora. Él por los suelos. Árbitro. Árbitro.
Contestants in, please. And the winner.
A ver quién es el ganador. Vamos. Primer plano del ganador.
Sports Board Championship is.
¿Qué pasa? Tensión dramática. ¿Los dos? Pero... ¿Incluido el presentador? ¿Qué ha pasado? ¡Ah! ¿Qué ha pasado?
Patrick Bannon had an extraordinary final.
Historic.
¿Qué ha pasado en la mesa?
I didn't know you were a fan.
Oh, yeah, I can wrench a doubler with the best of them, I'll have you know.
I certainly wouldn't bet against you.
When we come back, I'll be talking live with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, who apparently have a big announcement you wouldn't want to miss.
That's coming up after these messages.
1 minute back.
Fucking
¿Qué ha pasado?
me.
What?
Fucking microphone just shocked me. Where's that sound guy?
¿Qué ha pasado?
Everything okay?
Oh, the mics are just trying to kill us now, apparently.
You'll be fine. You're unshockable.
I'm immune to your cheap flattery.
I'm wearing you down.
Postman again. Just heard from the chaps in maintenance that this storm is causing the odd.
La tormenta está generando picos de voltaje y algunos de tus controles podrían ser un poco peligrosos.
Now I know you're tough. You can take the odd shock for the sake of.
Sé que eres fuerte y que puedes resistir los calambrazos. Vale, te puedes quedar en el sitio seguro. O sea que me van a dar calambrazos ahora. Qué guay. Hay un cubo. Madre, hay goteras. Bueno.
Several, actually.
You're going to need a whole new lining up there. Triple C.
Minister, it's so good to see you again.
Miss Wolf, your star seems to be in the ascendant.
It's a great time to be alive.
Too bloody right. Peter Clement.
Megan Wolf.
My, but that's a firm hand.
Vale, venga.
She's tougher than she looks. Am I here?
Madre mía.
Here, with Mr. Clement on your lap.
Vamos a ver cómo lo hacemos. Aquí va a haber que censura. Esto también.
10 seconds, everybody.
No, mine's fine. Have you had a little accident?
Cheeky cow.
5,
A ver.
4, 3.
¡Oh!
Welcome back. I am delighted to be joined by Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Welcome to the National Nightly News, Prime Ministers.
Oh, please, it's just Julia and Peter.
We don't believe much in titles. It doesn't seem very advanced.
We're delighted to be here.
Well, firstly, I should ask how you feel
Vale.
about the graffiti that's been springing up across the capital. Should we be worried?
Oh, no, you definitely shouldn't be worried.
Well, not unless you've got a fatal paint allergy anyway.
But yes, it does seem...
Vale, a esto va a haber que censurarlo porque...
You know, whinges.
People who've yet to benefit.
Hemos esquivado ese.
The new future.
And you know, Megan, as my old mum used to say, there are some pissants who just don't know how to be happy.
We're working hard to reach these people, find out what they're angry about and how we can help. The door to my government is always
Vale, a ver qué.
Someone's tripping on me.
But we didn't come here to talk about what may yet turn out to be some alternative arts project.
Vale.
Which we no doubt will have funded.
When we want to talk to the nation about something far more exciting.
Yes, your office briefed us that you have an announcement to make, but they were being surprisingly secretive about it.
Let me ask you a question, Megan.
Vale, no hemos puesto el anuncio al
It's not
final.
usually how it works, but...
What scares you? I mean, really scares you?
It's death, Beth. She's talking about death.
We're all afraid of our deaths. It's part of being human.
Vale.
Sorry, are you saying that advance have cured death?
That'll be a vote winner. Yep, that was definitely a drop there.
But while we may not have cured death, we hope we found a way to make it
Madre mía, estos son
And much less painful,
eugenesia.
much less expensive. Look, which is me close-up camera?
Oh,
there?
yes, it's camera 4.
When I was 13, my mum came and got me from school
Madre
to
mía.
go to the hospital.
Historia infantil.
He'd collapsed that morning, so we'd all to say our goodbyes. And I went in to see him. We were all frail.
Y quieren matar viejos.
Pale. I was scared because
De hecho, viene no poner anuncio. Quieren cargarse a los viejos.
And he said to me, Peter, he said, it's the right time. I don't ever want to be a burden to the people I love.
Was that the last time you saw him?
Nope. 3 days later, we were back home. He lived with us for 9 miserable years.
Ah!
He had to be fed with a rubber spoon. He had a commode, so he'd just take a shit right there in the lounge while we were watching football. He wouldn't even wait till half-time.
That sounds...
It was awful. It was awful for us, and this is the point.
Que se los quieren cargar. Lo que no sé si cuando me dan los chispazos eso habrá un límite y esto acabará explotando. Que me da a mí la sensación de que sí.
Or she wouldn't. It were a crime, you see. And she didn't want to lose the children as well as her old man.
No family should have to suffer like Peter's did. And now no family will have to.
Madre, pero qué gente.
Today opening the first of 300 new transition
Centros de transición, madre mía.
Transition centers will handle everything for your last days. The legal, financial, medical and emotional costs are all catered for and paid for by the government. So even the poorest citizen gets to pass on with.
¿Ves? Es que no puedo, no, con esto no se puede. Vale, ahora está saliendo medio bien los cambios de cámara. Eso es bueno.
For people who feel they run their course and don't want to burden themselves or their families with a slow, long, humiliating decline.
Just given me electric shock.
Are you okay?
I don't know. I think I'm from my asshole.
Oh, we're still on the air, Peter.
Sorry. My apologies. Oh.
Are you not worried that this new system might be open to abuse?
In what way?
Sorry. I've got sapped again. Can I get a little bit of help here? Please.
that the older generation might feel somewhat.
Pero.
Sorry, that the older generation might feel somewhat coerced.
Coerced into spending their final days eating gourmet food and drinking fine wine and luxury spas and
¿Qué están haciendo ahí?
I am perfectly capable of...
Prime Minister, please watch your language.
For fuck's sake!
Go get yourself sorted out.
Right.
We're launching a government information film tonight.
Pero
¿qué
está pasando ahí?
You really do move at a breathless pace.
Madre mía, esto va a explotar.
We're only getting started.
And on that note, thank you both so much for being here. Joan.
Yes.
Oh.
That's all we have time for tonight. Thank yous go out to our guests.
Esto revienta.
Congratulations to all the winners at the Sports Board final. We'll see you tomorrow night at the same time. My name is
¿Acabando?
Dalton.
Sí.
If you can, have a peaceful night.
1.
And we're out. Good job, everybody.
Do you suffer?
So they just...
¿Qué pasa?
I don't suppose there's any way this could be a good thing.
¿Quién me habla?
It's my nephew, so we transitioned the moment I stopped the leak.
Valoraciones. Uf. Vale. La primera muy bien. La segunda, la tercera regular mal. Oh. Bueno, hemos pasado solo a deuda agobiante. Estos son los de las pintadas. Los de Advance, nada. El canal está contento. Día incógnito. El confinamiento. Vale, estoy en la emisora. Está bien, tienes que ver. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Desde cuándo me caí? ¡Ah!
You're going to need a full charge to clear that many off. Hold down the big button until it's fully charged, then release it to zap the little fuckers.
¿Pero qué es eso?
We're broadcasting again. They must have built up while you were napping. Usually it only takes a tap on the button to clear one. Look, there's a lone one climbing now. Zap it off before it starts to mess up the signal again.
Vale. ¿Pero qué es eso?
Great. That seems to be the last of them. For now. Right.
¿Pero qué era
We're
eso?
about a minute out. Get the adverts loaded up. I've got to deal with my pet idiot. And Alex, keep your ears open. You'll hear them climbing up the tower. Don't let them build up.
En el pirado, por supuesto.
This has no credibility, Jenny. No professionalism.
Sea imprescindible.
It's not a mess.
Esto es
Everything is where it should be. It's ramshackle and characterful, and I expect you to know the difference. Of course Megan's place looked lovely, but I can't see it, can I?
Thanks, Jenny. How's lock-in with the boyfriend going?
Decided to take his chances on the wild streets, eh? Rather than endure another
Quiero ver
romantic
esto de uso
comedy.
interno. Vale.
Jeremy, Jenny says your hair looks stupid.
Yes, I can hear her.
Estamos en pandemia,
She says she's
supongo.
not talking to you.
Yes, I know, I can hear her.
Shall I count us in?
Make it so.
Okay, 10 seconds. Break a leg, everyone.
Vale. Estamos en pandemia. O sea, que estamos cada uno en nuestra casa y yo aquí.
3.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Our main stories tonight.
Snugglefox, it's been almost 5 weeks since all the Mrs. Snugglehugs toys woke up simultaneously in factories worldwide and began searching for their husbands. The Mr. Snugglehugs we had so short-sightedly destroyed. And now, as this photograph suggests, they may be changing tactics.
Built to surprisingly traditional gender stereotypes, the Mrs. Snugglehugs have been arming themselves with a variety of household implements. All the more reason to make sure that cat flap is taped up good and tight.
This frightening new development means that even those previously thought to be relatively safe, like the young and fit, must take care to watch their backs and
sea, que
keep
son
their
lo-
ears open for the soft steps of sinister feet.
Los muñecos del anuncio.
Going stir crazy, with no signs of Mrs. Snugglehug's batteries running out, and the government lockdown now in its 31st day, domestic relationships across the country are taking some unexpected turns.
Dramatic reports are beginning to emerge of uncharacteristically bold behaviour in homes across the country. And we're not talking about the model planes that occupy so much
¿Qué
time
suena?
in the
Aquí hay uno.
household.
Vale.
In response to a nationwide lack of toilet paper, which was of course
Falta de papel higiénico.
Snugglehugs to construct their vast
Suena.
hives, many of the nation's adults have turned to a more childish solution, or at least
Que no paran de
that's an
subir.
excuse.
Old dogs, new tricks. Bad boy celibacy Johnny Handsleeves announced today that he just can't wait until this lockdown's over so he can start his new career.
It is, of course, up to each of us to choose how we spend this brief spell of collective unconsciousness. But if this photograph, sent by the man himself, is anything to go by, Johnny seems to be making some interesting decisions with regard to his time at home.
Making his announcement by drunkenly shouting at his neighbours from the steps of his capital accommodation,
Borracho
Johnny
de
decides
detrás de su
repeatedly
casa.
yell, "I'm gonna open a fucking florist," before failing to get back inside his
A ver,
house
censura.
and slipping it off over a low hedge. I'll take a dozen roses, Johnny.
The shape of things to come.
Vale.
In their own version of a lockdown for more than 45 years now, the descendants of
45
Drs. David
años.
Wong and Ingrid
Estos son los que están enterrados, vale.
unfortunate team
Oigo un bicho,
today
oigo un
managed to get
bicho.
a personal statement to the surface using flagellized imaging equipment.
Many of the Sforsborg and Horgans brood, as they've come to be known, have certainly captured the public imagination. With
Venga,
the
vamos a
recent
poner una
voyage
buena.
of Helvetica
Bicho de
Sforsborg and
mierda.
Warmansford, the most likely to survive a massive electric shock.
Greetings from Dante's Tate, or as we say down here in the family, many mushrooms to you. I don't
Voy a
know what
bajar
this
esto.
is
Ah, no, que es el
like
eco de...
but they
Vale.
sound like they're causing you guys real
¿Y qué hay
problems.
aquí? Esto va
We've been
cambiando.
trapped down here for 8,961
Otro
days
bicho.
now, and all I can say is I sure am glad Mum and Dad chose not to get on that escape craft.
No sé ni lo que están diciendo, no sé ni lo que están diciendo.
We've been
Vale.
getting on famously, and sometimes Mum stops crying for upwards of 20
Bicho.
minutes. Also, it turns out, as
Vale, sí que se les oye.
panic flags. If you can handle
Vale.
the stomach cramps and the amnesia. Greetings from Dante's Taint, or as we say down here in the family,
Vale.
many mushrooms to you.
It's hard to believe they've been down there
Oi.
so long now.
¿Por qué
Everyone knows time moves differently underwater, Jeremy. That's why
Por-
baths take so long.
no me avisan?
That's right. And as anyone will tell you, the deeper the bath,
The quicker the relativistic forces of temporal causality will have a measurable effect upon the fixed dimensional parameters of your environment.
yes,
¿De qué están
I've said
hablando?
that many times.
No sé de qué están
Papers,
hablando.
please. With the lockdown becoming ever more rigorously enforced,
Confinamiento,
having a
vale.
passport is becoming increasingly important, Alex.
The government caused controversy today by announcing a fresh charge of passport fraud with an imaginative form of
Hostia,
punishment
delito por
for
falsificar
those
el
found
pasaporte.
guilty of this brand new but
Uf.
incredibly serious crime.
In what's being called a draconian measure, the government has reinstated the ancient right.
La verdad es que no sé entre lo que he
of
elegido.
Just
Ah, esto
like
es lo
in
de
the
las
old days,
brujas.
If you float, you're executed on the spot.
Esto es lo de
But if
hundir
you
a las
sink,
brujas.
You'll go well with profiteroles.
Vale, 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 vale.
And Advance speaks out.
Ugh.
With the snuggle struggle proving a testimony
Abraza a Chris.
Advance HQ released a curious statement this afternoon.
In the accompanying release, they asked us to stress that they have
El viejo
been
feo.
listening, and that this should be taken
A ver,
as a
se oye.
response to how the people really feel.
We've certainly done our bit on this show to contribute to the political climate. But let's not forget,
Creo que no le he cambiado la cámara a ella.
knives is what really matters.
Let's hope it's not just me who
Creo
feels
que no
that
le he cambiado la
there,
cámara.
Jeremy, or we're all in trouble.
Let's play that statement.
Good evening. One of the many new jobs I
Se
have
oye
for the
bichos
press
subiendo.
is to liaise on a
Y además
daily
es que no se les ve bien.
with the Department of Perambulation, and they have made me aware of these. Now, these are genuine requests from citizens for permission to go outside. Now, I would like to share a few of these with you tonight under the loose heading of what the fuck is wrong with you people? How difficult is this to grasp? So I'd like to start with James from Angerhampton, who says he needs to go out because there's a duck in the park.
Tiene que salir porque hay un pato en el parque. Joder con los muñequitos
I call him Mr. Quackington, and I think we're really
Habrá cines
starting
o algo
to
así.
bomb. No, James, they make their hives in parks, and then Katie from self-righteous on sea, wants to go out so she can
Van a dejar de subir bichos.
homemade meals to the elderly.
Vale.
No, Katie, stay at home. Your casserole's dire, and Shirley can get by with.
Estoy paranoico con los bichos. Míralo, míralo, míralo.
And you, Lewis.
Bueno, si están no paranoia, ¿no? Vale. Estos son gente que quiere salir. ¡Ah, bichos!
As clear as I can. Think first. Stop sending me stupid, sodding requests and stay inside. Pretend it's not happening until we tell you it's all over. Thank you.
Delectable stuff.
Later tonight, Jeremy will be catching up with brave roving reporter
Se me ha saltado.
Patrick, while I check in with two friends of the programme who find themselves stranded at opposite ends of the country.
And then, in part 3, there's going to be a quiz. Presumably because there's nothing more important going on that you might like to report on.
Vale,
if you were saying
concurso.
a news programme.
And in a moment, we'll both be asking Sophia Rimington how such a trusted brand can have made such a terrible manufacturing
O sea,
mistake.
que ha sido... O
What
sea,
it describes here as help
Vale, vale,
from
vale.
popular psychic scientist
Vale.
Delia Lywell.
Oh, I like her.
No, you don't. Why do you do that?
That's all coming up on tonight's
National Nightly News.
bueno, no ha entrado muy bien, pero bueno. Ah, mira, sí que había. No soy paranoico. Este es el bicho. O sea que ha habido una pandemia de juguetes malditos. Pero es que no dejan de subir. Toma chispazo, a la mierda.
First tonight, how did we get
Vale.
here? Where are we going? And most importantly, who's to blame?
Joining us from her ranch in Arlingsfield, Milkirky, is the CEO of Rimington's Fist, internationally respected business Bengali, Sophia Rimington.
Thank you for having me, Megan. I'm a huge fan of your work.
And from a crystal healing laboratory, what I assume is a garage in Upper Lowington, inexplicably renowned
Científica medium.
Dr. Delia Lywell. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Sorry, us?
Myself and the eminent professors.
Is that what you call the voices in your head?
Madre mía.
To attract dead scientists.
Una medium.
Why?
Una medium.
They
Ay,
express
se me va.
themselves to me through ethereal
Joder, que se me va mucho.
quadratic predictions. It's all very
A ver quién va a hablar.
No, it isn't.
I concur. Miss Remington, the entire Snuggle Hugs range will surely go down as the biggest public relations disaster in history, won't it?
Well, of course, that's one
Remington
world
es
record
esta.
we would never have sought to claim.
What can you say at a time like this?
There is only one thing that can be said. I'm sorry. We're sorry. From everyone here at Rimington's Fist, but especially the dedicated inventors and world-beating engineers at Rimming Toys, we are deeply, deeply sorry. Who could have predicted that letting a child's toy learn how to love could have
O
such
sea, que han hecho un juguete con IA.
Mary Shelley?
We see you, Sophia
Mary Shelley lo podría predecir.
by a metal vessel, and where you venture, you will see neither land nor sky.
Is that supposed to be the future?
Only the past is concrete.
¿Eh?
I remember being a child in my grandpa's workshop
Ay,
when he made the
que no, ¿qué
first
es esto?
dancing hangman toy. He put it by my bed, and
Vale.
when I couldn't sleep, I'd wind it up and let it go.
¿Pero por qué llegan
and I'd
más?
watch that happy little executioner just wiggle and wave his tiny leaf and dance before my eyes. Grandpa sold thousands of them.
Vale,
on the
cámara.
quiet, obviously. And he used the money he made to found Rimming
¿A quién
Toys,
le...?
which is now just one small part of the global
Una pequeña
supermassive
megacorporación.
megacorp that is Rimington's Fist. Sadly, we lost Grandpappy along the way. He died in a fire at the preschool tobacco factory, another one of his pet projects. But we never lost his spirit of
Suena
invention.
como...
Yes, I'm not entirely certain
Vale.
what your grandfather's offensive toys have to do with the current predicament.
The spirit of invention,
Eh?
Mr. Donaldson. The passion to create, to problem solve. And that is why I'm here today.
Oigo
To tell you about a
campanitas.
brand new product we're launching simultaneously around
sé
the world
dónde.
from midnight to night.
We said science! Science!
Ay, mierda.
We hear it
Me pongo a mirar alrededor y se me va.
It's breath on the wind.
Vale.
It's fart under the covers.
How does she do it?
Well, please,
Vale.
don't keep us in suspense any longer.
It won't be my feature she's making up next.
Remington's Fist is proud to
Se me
present
va, se me va, se me va.
Snuggle Traps.
Bicho,
Safety and
bicho,
security
bicho,
in these
bicho.
dangerous times. Each box of snuggle traps contains 8 devices, all guaranteed to stop a Mrs. Snugglehugs in its tracks. That's enough for a small lawn or 4 window boxes. And you want to know
Una
the best
trampa
thing?
de
They're only
muñecos.
$129.99 a box. Now that is affordable peace of mind.
We see
A ver, la
you,
medium.
Jeremy Donaldson.
Not now, honey, I'm mid-pitch. The best thing about snuggle traps is they're powered by next generation Flardinium batteries.
Vamos, que van a volver a
So,
liarla.
however long the enemy lasts, these traps will outlast them.
We see you,
A
Mr.
ver.
Donaldson. You are screaming and yelling. Your friends.
Ay, la medium, ay, la medium, de verdad.
They fear you. And then
Me rayan las campanitas.
you're gone.
Mogollón.
Oh my god, I just got chills. Did anyone else just get chills then?
I think I did.
I think it's more concerned. I think I'd be more concerned about these traps. Quickly, before we go to the break.
Más bichos.
These appear to be attractively repackaged landmines. Aren't they dangerous, say, to children?
Oh, hell yeah. These are not toys. But they're
Minas?
explosive fun.
Sophia Rimington, Dr. Delia Lywell, thank you for joining us.
When we come back, we'll be taking a look at the situation
Vale.
across the country tonight.
Don't go away. We'll be back after these bandages.
Was that all right?
Oh yes, Doctor, that was
Vale, he
exactly
puesto.
what-
Este es el.
She seems very nice, that young Miss Remington.
I think she'd make an interesting dinner guest.
Do you think so? I think I'd rather spend the evening shoving Delia's sacred crystals up my skeptical arsehole.
Hello, mate. It's Dave. You're not going to believe this, but I've decided
Ah, este es
to come
el.
home. Listen,
Ah,
I'll call you back at the next break and we can talk about how I get
este es el que tenía el trabajo, que vuelve, vale.
Alex. See you, mate.
This is hogwash. Of course we have one, but I spent it on unnecessary informational videos and Carl, my personal...
Esto es ahí, esto es lo del canal. Este es el de vídeo para empleados.
guidelines you must follow during this crisis. Stay calm, for God's sake. Panicking makes you less productive, and that makes Bozeman sad. Protect network equipment.
Y no me va a llamar el jefe diciendo, "Bueno, esto me va a penalizar, esto me va a penalizar mucho. Tenía que haber puesto otra cosa, me cago en la leche." Cabrones.
Yeah, well, it's been a long time coming. Yeah, exactly. You said it, I've said it. He must know, he's not stupid. I just don't want it getting back to him that it came from us. Hey, no,
Ver,
Jenny.
bichos.
You're not backing out on me now. We're in this together. It's gonna work. I've made the cake, you're on the balloons. I've got no idea how old he is.
Hostia, qué bueno es el vídeo de formación.
Yeah, ready. Okay, coming back.
Esto es lo que hicieron de verdad en la pandemia.
5, 4, 3.
Ah, vale.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Lee.
No se van a ir los
Take
bichos
trip around
estos.
the country to hear how the lockdown might impact the nation from some friendly faces. Joining me are respected academic Katie
¿Quién va a
Brightman
entrar primero?
and author of Alan James's Kites, Alan James. Thank you for joining me.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me, Megan.
Thanks, Megan. It really is a pleasure, Katie. I enjoyed our little heated encounter.
I wish I could say the same.
So first off, Katie, how are you
Joder.
coping?
I'm
Vale.
holding up okay. The lockdown directive was so sudden that, like many people, I haven't been able to get home.
Oh no, what happened?
I was staying at a hotel after an international policy convention, and we had a particularly heavy night out. You know what economists are like.
Notoriously hate splitting the bill.
And I overslept, and as you can imagine, I've been here ever since. But there are certainly people much worse off.
Esto va bien, va bien.
Exactly.
Wait.
My tour has been cancelled indefinitely, and I've had to refund every single ticket, even the cheap seats.
Oh, Alan, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah. People are being quite rude about it. They don't seem to realise I've already spent it.
No van a dejar de salir bichos.
The crisis claims yet another victim.
So, this is just a reminder that my book, Alan James's Reich, is now available in paperback.
Unbelievable.
What was that?
You're unbelievable.
So, Katie, how do you think this might affect the economy? Should we be worried?
Very, Megan. Not to sound dramatic,
A
but
ver.
this could be catastrophic.
A
Unemployment
ver
has
si es
skyrocketed,
posible.
and frankly, it will be a miracle if a lot of businesses can survive this.
There you go, scaremongering again,
¿Y?
spreading this latest
A ver.
liberal hoax. That's what they want.
Vale, este es el conspiranoico. Este es el que fuimos en la historia anterior, que vas con la mujer. Ay, mierda, a ver si me va. Venga.
Well, no, but
did you know 3,000 people die every year from
Esta parte no me va a salir muy allá,
That's a lot of people. And this is no different. You're just as likely to be hunted down by a yo-yo or a tennis racket.
Vale.
He makes an excellent and
¿Qué cosas locas está diciendo? Bueno, es que es un conspiranoico.
she's agreeing with you, Alan, you absolute shit.
Well, then I must be wrong.
Alan, are you now recanting your statement that
Muchas cosas.
People are saying they're just like normal
Iba a dar y
toys,
se me ha ido.
and that simply isn't true.
Vale.
Corrupt media lies.
And Katie, how do you respond to Alan's claims that Mrs. Snugglehugs might be
No tengo ni idea de lo que hablan, o sea, es que no me entero de nada hasta que no veo la repetición.
Thank you, Katie. I appreciate your support. A lot of folks are saying this Mrs.
Me entero más o menos. Y este venía con un sándwich.
But it won't.
Yes, right, exactly.
Vale.
We need decisive action from the government. We need huge financial support to protect our workers and our businesses. We need to support the vulnerable, and we need
to repent. Exactly right, Katie. We brought it on ourselves
Más bichos.
with all our liberal indulgences like art, cake, and healthcare. We need to act now and begin sacrificing our firstborns, or to push a beloved family pet.
Absolutely, Alan.
Vale.
If we can all successfully come together
Y el otro
as
comiéndose
a
el
community
sándwich.
and perform the ritual, hopefully we will appease the great ancient. Katie, could it be any worse?
Luckily, over the past few years under advance, they've invested heavily in
Está subiendo la audiencia, eso es bueno.
can actually bear the strain.
Is it lucky that the llama lords have unleashed
Parece que esta parte está
man-made
saliendo mejor.
monsters on its own people to conceal the enemy within?
Will you just stop for 5 fucking seconds?
The global alliance of fish people are amassing an army. Amassing an army to kidnap us.
That's you. That's what you sound like.
But
Me.
I
Me.
I don't sound like that.
Yes, you do.
You do, Alan. You do sound like that.
And that's why no one wants to be your friend.
I've got loads of friends.
No, you haven't.
I don't think you do, Alan.
Yeah, stop lying, Alan.
I'm not lying. You are.
Oh, good one.
Well, I'm telling.
Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. Some real food for thought there from two of the territory's leading minds. Any moment now, I'll be heading over to Jeremy, who is going to be bringing us
sándwich?
to the minute report of the status of the nation. Over to you, Jeremy.
Thank you for what I'm sure was a reasonable debate which really contributed to the national conversation. Next, out on the streets, someone who's always doing exactly that. It's Patrick Bannon. Are you there, Patrick?
Hello, Jeremy. Yes, hello. I'm here.
Vale.
I'm here live. Apologies for the
Se
quality
oye
of the
raro.
broadcast today. Couldn't find any cameramen or women brave enough to come and join me, so I'm out here on my own.
Right, and can you tell us what it's like out there?
Yep.
Que está en la calle.
As you can see behind me, the streets are currently completely deserted. So my question, Jeremy, is just how long? I mean, could there be danger lurking just around the corner, waiting to end the fledgling career of this young, promising journalist before his full potential is even realised? Will he die, underappreciated by management, and frankly, if you ask me, very, very much underpaid?
I don't think there's any danger of that, Patrick. What's that on your jacket there?
Oh, that's actually a sponge. I've made it. What I've done here is made a snuggle-proof jacket, Jeremy.
A prueba de
The
abracitos.
network didn't bother sending me any PPE, so I've been forced to improvise. In fact, showing the sort of resourcefulness that would make me an ideal candidate for, I don't know, for example, an anchor position starting whenever they'd like.
From your point of view, Patrick, just how safe are our streets?
Not safe at all, Jeremy. Not safe at all. I'd recommend people staying inside, following government advice, and not putting themselves at any risk at all. Unless, of course, like me, it's for groundbreaking journalism reasons.
And just where are you, Patrick?
I'm in the street, on the street.
Estoy en la calle.
Which street?
I think I'm struggling to hear you actually, Jeremy. There.
Which street? Which street are you on?
Oh, which street am I on?
Me cago en los bichos ya,
I'm just looking for a sign. I'm on Bannon Avenue.
Bannon Avenue?
Yep.
Bannon Avenue.
Yeah, no, I can hear you fine. Yep, I'm on Bannon Avenue on the sign. It says there.
Like Patrick Bannon.
Oh yeah, that's strange. That's a weird sign. I don't know what's going on there.
Where are you really?
I'm on Bannon. Alright, fine. I'm not on Bannon Avenue. I'm at home.
¿Está en casa?
Alright, fine. Well, I'm in my bathroom technically, but
El baño.
It's terrible out there. I don't want to go outside.
Vale.
I'm sorry for lying.
We don't expect any less of you, Patrick.
¿Y para qué son las esponjas?
I can, yes. I'm no expert, Patrick, but it sounds unmistakably like a tiny fist tapping on your door there.
Oh, fuck, it does. Oh, fuck, Jeremy, shit, no! Oh, bollocks.
Perhaps there's a small queue of tiny fists, each wielding a different gendered household implement, ready to bash in the heads of lying little roving reporters.
But you're lying, aren't you? Oh, shit, fucking, listen to me, you bastards! If you're out there, just piss off, you little fucking snuggle fucks! I'm too talented to die! Oh, too talented, what the fucking hell? Okay.
Mierda, me he pasado de largo.
Oh, God.
¿Qué hace?
Don't worry, Patrick. I'd say you've got a few seconds before they break their way in there and finish you off. What do you see, Patrick?
¡Ese muñeco!
Thank you, Patrick, for that report, showing the nation, and more importantly, management, just where you belong. It's time for another break, but when we come back, we'll be hoping to take your mind off the world for a little while, and who knows, maybe even bring you a few smiles. Join us.
Uno. Vale.
You're damn right. Yeah, I had them delivered. Yes, to Bannon Avenue.
Vale. Ah, vale, este es el que quiere venir. ¿Qué hay suelto el qué? Un bicho suelto. Vale. No queda error, eso es importante. ¿Y ese sol?
Workstation now. Every week you'll receive a high quality electric current of increasing voltage directly through your body until you lose consciousness. Don't miss this shocking offer. It really is.
Vale.
No, I'm not.
What?
I'm not going to.
Vale.
I don't have to.
Ya no habrá más, ¿no?
No, you're being a child.
Había uno.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. No? No? Oh,
Ah, pues no. Va a haber más.
Welcome back to the National
Tiene pinta.
Nightly. Well, welcome back anyway.
Coño.
We know isolation isn't easy, so finally tonight we have something a bit different for you. Even though some people, but it's not our job to entertain the public with absolute nonsense, other, more important people overruled those people. So it's time to find out who will National Nightly win.
Cuatro.
And who will National Nightly lose. So, how do we play? Well, joining me is a man who knows all about playing. It's Tommy Harris. Hello, Tommy.
All right, Johnny.
¿Y esa sombra?
And how are you finding the lockdown, Tommy?
What do you mean lockdown?
The enforced isolation of everyone in the country.
Ah, yeah, I think I heard about that actually, yeah.
You're in bed, Tommy?
Yeah, you called during nap time, so
Of course, that's my fault. So, why don't you tell us how the game...
O sea, tengo que ir... O sea,
Well, it's pretty simple, Jeremy, you sausage. I'm going to ask contestants from around the territory 3 questions about what else, yours truly. And those people are going to get a chance to win a very special prize.
And what are they playing for, Tommy?
Drum roll, please. Jeremy.
What?
Thank you. This.
What is that?
It's my athletic support, Jeremy.
Oh.
But I've signed it.
Me están apagando las cosas.
What a fantastic prize.
Have we got anybody waiting to win this once-in-a-lifetime prize, Jimmy?
I believe we have Angie on the line. How do you feel about winning this man's old pants, Angie?
I've never been so excited, Jeremy. And can I just say, I love you. Both of you.
Madre mía.
Well, you've said it now, haven't you?
Oh, Angie, I love you. In a way. Tell us about yourself, Angie.
Mierda de bichos.
What can I say? My name is Angie.
Aquí hay otro. Madre, esta emisión va a ser catastrófica.
Brilliant! Right, well, shall we get this shambles underway?
Absolutely, John. Can I get 30 seconds on the clock, please?
We haven't got a clock.
Yeah, I did ask for a clock. So,
well, why don't you start, and I'll stop you when it inevitably becomes unbearable to watch.
I love it. All right, here we go. Time starts now. Question 1. When is my birthday?
The 13th of August at 7:19 a.m.
That is absolutely correct. Question 2. What? I said, what is my favourite colour?
Crushed praline 4.
Correct, the colour of my nipples. And
Mal rollo dan los bichos con...
What is my star sign?
That's a trick question. You were born outside of the human understanding of the cosmos.
Unbelievable, that is correct.
Es que me apagan las cosas.
Wow, that really was tough to watch. How did you do, Tommy?
Well, Angie, my love, you got every single question right. Which of course means you lose and win absolutely nothing. Thanks for playing, Angie. Bye. Do we have another contestant on the line? Jelly Bean?
We do indeed. We should have Sonia Artleach. Are you there, Sonia?
Of course I am, Jamie, darling.
Thank you for being here, Sonia.
Oh, there you are, Tommy. Mwah.
Let me guess, you work in theatre, don't you?
Is it that obvious? What gave it away? Was it the glamour or poise?
It certainly wasn't your inherent sense of humility.
Vale.
Tell us about yourself, Sonia.
Oh, well, if you must play this game, I am...
Estoy paranoico, completamente paranoico con la mierda de los bichos.
Beefman, Samuel Coffee Cup, and Jodie Carr.
Que no dejan de salir.
And how's the lockdown affected you, Sonia?
Well, they may have closed the theatres, shut the studios, and boarded the cinemas, but
¿Cuántos bichos hay?
they won't me that easily.
How are you managing without any work?
Due to a savvy clause in all of my artists' contracts, I am able to claim my 15% from their unemployment benefit.
Wow, that certainly is sharp.
Standard stuff, standard stuff.
And can I ask, where are you speaking to us from?
Well, I work from home, you know, to keep costs down.
And who's this?
Oh, well, you know, when they gave the order, I was actually
Mientras no me apaguéis nada.
So we've been isolated together.
No fucking way!
What the fucking fuck?
Is that Tommy Harris? I'm a huge fan. Can I just tell you how bloody brilliant you are?
Actually, Jeff, we're about to play a game, aren't we, Tommy?
We got time.
Well, if it's not too bold, I think I am in luck.
Joder, no me da tiempo.
It's not too bold. That's all right. Don't worry.
Hey, I'd love to show you some of my stuff. I've been working on some new shit.
Well, at least you're already aware.
During lockdown, we've been workshopping some of Jeff's ideas for
Madre
much
mía.
younger children, haven't we?
People still let you meet their children, do they?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I've been developing some shows for younger children.
Well, we'd love to see it, wouldn't we, Gerbil?
Madre mía, es que no me da tiempo. ¿Dónde hay otro?
What do kids love?
Timely, just-put payments from their absent fathers.
Shallow and overproduced musical numbers?
That's right. Animals! So, I'm trying to address the things that kids need to know, but through a medium that
Es que salen justo cuando tengo que cambiar de cámara. No lo entiendo.
I think so, yes.
Jeff's one of my best clients, aren't you?
I am, yeah. So, the first one we've been working on is called The King of the Jungle's Mortgage Repayments.
En serio, el pago de madre, es que no tengo ni idea de lo que hablan.
I see. Does he have a broker?
He does, yes. He's a porcupine. How did you know that?
Well, your work is universal, darling. It speaks to people.
Hay bichos, míralo.
I think you're onto something here.
Oh, the bear,
Oh, yes, right. This one is much better. So, this one tells the tale of Mr. Bear. Now, Mr. Bear is a very sad bear, because all of the other bears don't think that he'll amount to much, and they tell him that his plays are lazy and derivative.
I think you're onto something there.
Now, Mr. Bear is a tragic figure. Picture this.
Vale.
He's at his lowest ebb.
Madre mía.
The trees are closing in. He can't even face his salmon, can he? But then he meets someone that will change his life forever.
Que cada vez salen más.
This is fucking gripping.
That's right. He meets
ha llegado
wise
tiempo a la censura, pero no a la cámara.
octopus who takes him under his wing and says, "No, Mr. Bear, don't be sad. You're not like all the other bears. You have this ambition and these dreams."
Such fucking dreams.
I think I love you, Jeff.
And what you need to do, Mr. Bear, says the
Madre
octopus,
mía.
probably doing an 8-armed gesture or something.
What you need to do to find happiness in this crazy old forest is you need to set yourself more realistic goals. It's called Mr. Bear Lowers His Expectations.
Wow. You really have taken yourself to new depths. And what do you want children to take away from this?
Oh, fuck shit, fuck.
What?
I said a more realistic worldview.
Are you all right, Jamboree?
It's Jeffrey. My name is Jeffrey Donington.
No, stop. How does it end? We need to know how it ends.
Well, all the animals learn a thing or two about
Más o menos.
mediocrity.
Yeah, and Mr. Bear settles down near to his parents' cave, stops trying to make his band happen, and he goes into bear telemarketing.
Becomes a bear maths teacher.
Oh, and we end... We end on a big
¿Dónde están los bichos?
musical number. Oh, there's dancing.
Emoción, venga.
It's very repetitive, so it's catchy but not too challenging. Well, if you like, I could go and get my boombox.
Yeah, I might be able to... Hang on, can we get Angie back?
Why not?
Vale.
The more the merrier, as they say at orgies.
Me estoy volviendo loco. Vale.
Right, I'll just fill then, shall I? Coming up in a moment, it's the world premiere that nobody saw coming.
Lights!
Or wanted. At all.
Right.
I can only apologise in advance for what we're all about to endure.
You turn this shitting thing... Well, there's all sorts of creatures down on Dangly Doodle Farm. Like
No sé de qué estaban hablando, no sé qué es esto.
With way too many arms. There's Mr. Pig and Mr. Cow. They're always in good moods. But that's cause they don't know they'll soon be sliced up into food. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your hope's going to turn to despair. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where
Aquí lo que importa es seguir el ritmo de la música.
Mr. Raccoon wants to go to the moon. He'll end up as a bus driver soon. Mr. Porcupine thinks he'll read the news at 9. He'll end up as a janitor who stinks
Me estoy viendo.
Mr. Tiny Mouse thought he'd own a massive house. Ended up in a bedsit where he can't control the louse. Mr. Horse thought he
ego is a professional sports. Now he's an alcoholic and he's on his third divorce. Mr. Bear, what's that over there?
Sí, cantan bien.
Becomes an endless questionnaire. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your hopes go to die. Lower your expectations. Maybe you could get a job in telecommunications. No matter
Me estoy yendo, venga.
try, you'll never reach the League of Nations. The best you'll get is middle rank in trading operations. So lower your expectations.
No se me da. Ya le he pillado el rollo, ya le he pillado el ritmo. Ahora me lo van a cambiar. Subiendo el tono. Este se me da mejor. A ver. Tú. A ver. Tú. Venga, venga. Venga, venga, venga. Madre, va subiendo de velocidad. Qué locura de misión. Qué locura de misión. That's where dreams go to die.
Well, I'm sure we'll all still be singing that tomorrow morning. That's it from us for tonight. Many thanks to all our guests. I look forward to seeing them all again. Eventually.
¿Qué ha pasado? ¿Qué ha pasado?
But before we go, Alex, I wondered if I might have a word. You see, I've had my eye on you, friend, and I've got to say I'm not liking what I'm seeing. You keep letting me down, chum.
¿Quién está hablando?
Playing it safe. Making the dull, boring choices, failing to assert yourself. No one likes a pushover, Alex. You know that. And frankly, chum, you're acting like a bit of a wimp. Alex, will you give away your passport so my super rich sibling can abandon us all?
Está hablando a mí.
Here it is. Pathetic. Can I have the money we need for food so I can go around the continent on a jolly? Sure, Susie. We can always eat your grandma when we run out of food. Wouldn't it have felt better to take charge? Aren't you tempted to just lay down the law?
¿Por qué me está hablando a mí?
You know what's hot, Alex? Other than me, obviously. Confidence.
¿Por qué me habla a mí?
Power. Control. We're all drawn to it, like rats to the piper. Don't you care where your son goes at night?
No me da igual.
You will when you find out. Look, far be it from me to try and lead you down the dark pathway, although sort of is my whole raison d'etre. But imagine.
No entiendo por qué me habla.
A
ver. Imagina que esto no es real.
It was just some stupid game.
Que es solo un juego.
All over again if it all went wrong. Imagine if Sam and Charlie and Susie were just
de mi familia.
Characters. Wow. Think of all the fun you could have. Just being bad, you know. For the hell of it. My name's Megan Wolf. Have an evil night. Ugh. Jen, I'm just gonna go smoke.
¿Por qué me estaba hablando a
Okay, can
mí?
you get Bozeman on the phone? Babe, I don't care if this is a dream, a bad trip, or a shock-induced coma. I did not sign up to be dressed like a slag, doshing out wristies for a 20. All right, I'm a professional news anchor, not a fucking bogan. It's better now than making me do that.
Pero ¿por qué me está hablando a mí?
The whole time. I mean, look at this. My skirt's so short you can see my Jew.
Alice, despierta, despierta.
Alex, why don't you wake up? You fucking perv.
¿Qué pasa?
Alex, wake up!
No los puedo. ¿Qué ha pasado? Bueno, mejor que el anterior, No perfecto, pero mejor. Hasta aquí la partida de hoy. Me ha rayado un montón el final, no sé qué ha pasado, porque me estaba hablando exactamente a mí. Pero bueno, no ha salido del todo bien, veremos ya cuando saquemos las emisiones. Pero bueno, ha estado divertido. La verdad es que el juego me parece original. Lo de la pandemia de los muñecos asesinos me ha molado un montón. Está muy gracioso. Dan bastante mal rollo. Y nada, pues bueno, si os ha gustado, ya sabéis, darle like al vídeo, suscribiros al canal, podéis dejarnos un comentario y si os apetece invitarnos a un café, tenéis abajo todos los enlaces. Un saludo y nos vemos en la próxima. Se despide el señor Pingüino. Hasta luego.
Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your hopes go to turn into despair. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your dreams go to die. Mr. Raccoon wants to go to the moon.